This is my prediction video for NXT Heatwave 2025, which is happening tomorrow, and it looks like a pretty good show on paper. Like, especially, I think I'm really excited about the Oba and Japan match, and I think the triple threat would would really be good, and I want to see what happens with Jordan and Blake. Like, what do they do with that? But starting first, talking about Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe, I predict Blake Monroe to win. I don't see this feud ending here because the thing is, if Blake wins, who does she really have to go up against on the face side? It either has to be like then it has to be her going after the North American Women's Championship because Sol Ruka is a face, Zarya is a face currently, but I kind of think that maybe they may have uh, Zarya turning on Soul and then doing that storyline. So I don't see them going away from that. You cannot send Blake to the NXT Women's Championship because JC Jane is the champion right now. And I don't think JC Jane will lose the NXT Women's Championship like before she loses the TNA Women's Championship. She'll probably lose it at Bound for Glory, maybe to Masha again, and then maybe in the future she'll lose the NXT Women's Championship. I just don't see that. So I think this is the first of like their trilogy. So I can see probably Blake winning due to some shenanigans, maybe a roll up, maybe her feet on the rope, something like that will happen. But yeah, Blake is gonna win. And I think Jordan is going to stay in NXT for a while then. Then to the next match, which is Dark State defending their titles. No, going for the championships against Hank and Tank. The tag division after Fraxium left has been kind of there. They have not really tried to do anything with the tag division as well. Like uh, they may have Hank and Tank defend the titles once in a while, but it doesn't seem like that's an important division for them to focus on. They're like, yeah, we need to get a defense. Let's just have them defend. I think it will be revived because Dark State is going to win the championships. They've had a topsy turvy like right till now. When they first came in, like they straight up went for the main event scene. But then they were doing good until they defeated the D'Angelo family. Then after that, maybe someone got injured. They just went off TV. Then they returned, but they returned in TNA. They had a short stint there where they lost to the system at Slammiversary. And then since then they've had like some appearances in the middle until now that they're finally consistently on TV against Hank and Tank. And it looks like uh, they have finally find their mojo also. Like they are serious, but they also have like that funny side, especially due to what I think his surname is what Cutler or something has been doing with that such shit. So I think they have found the perfect balance, and I do hope that we see a revival in the NXT Tag Team division. Uh, like I do hope that happens because that was probably the best tag team division in the world when like before this Hank and Tank stuff happened. Now it looks like the SmackDown tag team division is probably the first. Now going forward is to the next match, which is for the number one contendership for the NXT Women's Championship, which is Lola Weiss versus Jada Parker versus Kalani Jordan. This has also been a little bit weird because it kind of felt like after Bound for Glory, it kind of felt like Jada is going to be the one facing JC Jane, but it looks like they went in a different direction to have JC do more TNA stuff because she's a double champion and they probably want TNA wants their championship to be like featured more because they gave it to the WWE guys. So that was probably a trade off because first it felt like it was Jada, then it felt like it was going to be Lash Legend, but now it's triple threat. I'm glad Lola is in this position because she has been kinda ignored, even though she is one of their prospects. And Kalani as well, Kalani, and she finally feels like she has found the right edge in her character. Like she is a face, but she is a face with much more attitude that has helped her in her mic skills also. I do think they may probably go for, I don't know, they may go for Lola. The thing is, if they go for Jada, we know that Jada is gonna lose. But if you go with Lola, there can always be a chance, oh, maybe she can win, maybe she cannot. But it kind of looks like they may go Jada Parker's direction because that probably looks like an force, like it looks like a easy opponent for JC. Nothing's gonna change that much. And Jada is kind of like in that spot where, depending on the feud, she can go from being a face to a heel. Though, and Kalani, I think Kalani is just there right now. I think in a way she has done what needed to be done. Like she has had a championship run. I just think they are working on her character aspects. I think if she had that nailed down, her mic skills and everything, she probably would have been on the main roster. I do think they see Lola as probably their next project, and I can see probably a big push for her in the future. But I think Jada is gonna win because they need like an easy title defense. Like so, I'm going for Jada Parker. Now next match, it is, what is the next match? It is for the NXT. What I've talked about, what, two, three matches. North American Championship is not happening. It's going to be Ethan Page and Chelsea Green with Alba Fire and Piper Niven versus Tyra May Steele and Tavion Heights. I thought that Heights was gonna face Ethan here for the NXT North American Championship, but they're extending this feud. I can see this is probably just there so that they can extend this feud further because they don't really have any like ready-made opponents for Ethan Page right now, and they really want to push Tavion. But I think this tag match is specifically designed to get like Tyra May Steele over. Like she's probably gonna get the pin over Chelsea Green. I think that is the only reason this mixed tag match is happening, is to get her over, get her into the eyes of the NXT audience. So I think Tavion and Tyra May Steele will win. Now going to the next match, which is for the TNA Women's Championship, JC Jane versus Ash by Elegance versus Masha Slamovich. I think this is pretty easy. This is only done so that TNA can reap the benefits that we made one of your guys the champion. So you get them on PLEs where an international audience can see that. So and you have Ash by Elegance there to take the pin. Some people may remember as Dana Brooke. So she's there to take the pin and JC will win. Though I do want to see how they work the triple threat because Ash by Elegance has improved, but she's not really the best wrestler in the world. JC Jane has bettered, but she's like an average to good wrestler. So I do want to see what the match quality is. I'm not that really like excited about this match, but let's see what they do. Like Ash is there literally to take the pin, and this will probably further her feud with Masha, like GC Jane's. Now going to the main event, which is Oba versus Javon Evans. And I think this is pretty, people will say it is difficult, but it's pretty easy. Oba is gonna win because I do think they're gonna tell the story that Javon nearly did it, but maybe because he's young, maybe he did like his taunts a little bit too much. Maybe he took time. Maybe Oba outsmarted him, and then Oba wins, and they're gonna play this story that Oba will say that you're too young, you're not on my level, and everything, and eventually stand and deliver WrestleMania season. Javon will win the NXT Championship. Like this is the start of Javon's ascension to becoming the NXT champion. So that's what's gonna happen. It's just that I'm excited for this match, and I think this is probably one of the first times after winning the NXT Championship that Oba is actually main eventing an NXT PLE. I think last time he main evented was in like a triple threat match with him as NXT champion against Jevon and Trick both. Apart from that, he has not main evented NXT PLEs. So this is good for him also. This will be a killer match. So yeah, those were my predictions. So what were your predictions? Tell me in the comment section. So if you like this type of content, like this video, share and subscribe. If you don't, then share it with those who do. My social media accounts, which are my Twitter/X account and my Instagram account, links are in the description. So go follow me on that. My UPI ID link, which is shatboy@okicici, is also in the description. So go donate any amount of money which can help me make YouTube a permanent career option. So that was it for me for today. So thank you, goodbye, Alvida.